How are y'all doing tonight? Chase Milano in the building. Chocolate Kisses is in the building. Angie Baby is in the building. How are y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? It's still a Friday night sip, but we're going to be talking about some things that I think need to be talked about. Thank you, Miss Chocolate Kisses. Yes, it did. It did go completely well. Matter of fact, I went for a follow-up today. They told me my swelling was up a little bit because I chose not to take the medication that they gave me for the inflammation because it started to make me a little bit drowsy, but I'm good. I'm in here like swimwear. And it's still the Friday night sip. I hope y'all got your best strain. I hope you got your best bud. And I hope you got your best energy. That's what I need more than anything. I need your best energy. And I need the best love we can get over here. So we're going to get into this introduction. Shout out to Artist Morris. That they said was the best intro on YouTube last year at the YouTube Awards. I don't know what it's going to do this year, but we got it one year. So let's get into this introduction. Let's go. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Chase Millie is in the building. Yes, he is. Hallelujah. Chase Millie is in the building. Shaq Gravy is in the building. I see y'all in here. Chocolate Kisses is in the building. I see y'all in here. Come on in here and get some of this work because tonight we're going to be talking about some things that need to be addressed. Non-biased conversation. All the grown folks, you know, all the grown folks is invited. All the grown folks is invited. This is where the grown-ups hang out. I don't know about the youngins. I don't know about the youngins, y'all. But this is where the grown-ups hang out. Way the Black is in the building. Let's go. Hit that like button, y'all. Nerd, I see you. Let's go.
They told me I'm on my damn mind. Yeah, wait out, I'm a landmine. Yeah. I told God, never mind, I got it. Grabbed my gun, I went outside and started searching profit. I define profit, I live amongst the poor. Lambs had to feed, Johnny started cooking raw.
Hit that like button, y'all. Let's go.
Papers, baby girl was crying. Screaming, wait out, everybody dying. Yeah, my little homie feeling low.
We need 5 more likes in the building. Let's get right, y'all. It's Friday.
Yo, I told son better run his chain. My bitch took a 101 and yelling under brain. Yeah. You rap niggas weirdos. I'm B's case best in the field like a scarecrow. Yo, shot where these niggas at? Heard the everything, throw shots to these niggas.
BK, baby. All day. Brooklyn, you know where we at. I know where we at. I know where we at, y'all.
You know me. I am
in this building tonight, y'all.
You understand? Jamaican road boy. I don't want to ramp with bomb.
Big tour.
Come on. I murder people for fun. Murder.
Big tour.
I'm from a place where the sun sell crack to they mothers. Nova dice games past each other. Wait on to check it. First down intercepted. Off the crown, nigga reckless. We ain't fucking with the text spit. Truly love, he was wildin'. Nigga lands on the
hit some like buttons, y'all.
Bitch come home, get a bitch dick, now the bitch silent. 211 on occasion. Stomp your face on the pavement. Today I woke up in a Blu-ray, that's a spaceship. That's that nigga leg.
Now that nigga dead.
Yeah, look down the barrel of a 9. But this man stand behind me, double barrel to my spine. Yeah. 20 deep in the paddy wagon. Pussy niggas start scattering that ratty clapping. I burn purple.
Y'all crazy. We getting busy tonight. Let's go, y'all. Shout out to Wayne Black, y'all. Gwendolyn, I see you, girl. Don't y'all forget to smash that like button when y'all coming in. Because you are now rocking with the best. I'm Sharon McLeod, son, y'all.
I love Chris Rich.
Y'all.
Wait up. Yeah.
Sing with me.
Walk. Look how I move.
Look how I move.
Bring me in my cup.
Bring me in my cup.
I'm about to act a fool. Wait up. Yeah. Walk. I'm with the shooters. I'm with the demons. I'm with the goons. Wait up. Walk. Wait up. Walk. Wait up. Walk. Yeah. I'll let them move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act a fool. Walk. I'm about to act a fool. Grab the glizzy like fuck that. Yeah. Off with his head. Pin his mama house red. He was talking to the feds. Wait up. Walk. Yeah. Look how I do. He was scared, get a gun. I just bought another tool. Brooklyn. Yeah. All these bitches wanna fuck. Tell Shorty bend it over. All this Remy spinning over. So cold, Villanova. The baby daddy here, Doja. Radar. I put it on for the soldiers. I done told them, the homie act stupid, homie gon' get shot. I'm down on this block, yeah. I don't think I'ma stop there. Rolling, fuck with the shakers, move with the movers, go nutty on your block. 2 first, that's a movie. Porno, yeah. Automatic on my waist. Timing, demon. I be aiming for his face.
Up, y'all. If you from Brooklyn, let it be known. All day.
Wait up. Yeah. Walk. Look how I move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act a fool. Wait up. Yeah. I'm with the shooters. I'm with the demons. I'm with the goons. Wait up. Walk. Wait up. Wait up. Walk. I'll let them move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act a fool. Walk. I'm about to act a fool. Grab Shorty by the waist. She says she loved the way I taste. 6. Aim, shoot, take him out. My last bitch, she a smut. Glad I never ate out. Lands. Wait up. Free to sing out the can. I just ran into the plug. He got it 30 to a grand. Annie, Cindy, Hot Block, Spin it. Gigi, Gelato, Capo, winning. Nah nigga, now bitch, fucking with the game. Give a shout out to my rights. On my left, let it bang. I don't dance, I just 2-step. 1, 2. New stick, bring your crew death. True rip, that's a blue check. Goon talk with the bomb.
You know, bitch heard my voice, thought I was 6'3". She thought when she saw me, bitch, she said, this little nigga.
Wait up. Yeah. Look how I move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act a fool. Wait up. Yeah. I'm with the shooters. I'm with the demons.
I'm with the goons. Facts of life, y'all. One more waiter, and we gonna get into this work. Brooklyn, stand up, y'all.
I showed my dope every now.
Brooklyn, stand up. BMW shots, I see you. Brooklyn, keep pulling up. You know we're gonna rock it with you. Brooklyn, we in here. Don't you know how dangerous 3 people from Brooklyn are? Imagine 20 or 30 of us, y'all.
Me in the streets, we had a
Happy birthday to
conversation.
the First Lady Spanky.
Being
Keep
broke
that
was the
real.
motivation. They said they love me, but they really hate me. Me in the streets had a conversation. Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation. They said they love me, but they really hate me. Me in the streets had a conversation. I got a ball and went and found a block. God gave me a pill, Satan gave me a Glock. I met her once, she gave me the top. Of your life, you want it or not. Being broke was the motivation. Go through all the pain that you couldn't make. I told Satan, suck a dick, I went and lost my faith in it. I was taught if you want it, then go and take it. I got seeds working minds, and I got enemies. In other words, ops, the gotta bleed. I Glock 9, a real so the need. I was sitting in the bin crying on my knees. I sat down and had a drink with me.
Smash that light.
I was thinking if my mama do, she think of me. My mama told me see my daddy when she look at me. Even though I love my aunt, I turned it to a fiend. My nightmares, they turn into a dream. Yeah. My money thoughts turn into a scheme. And they think that life's a game. And the shooting got no aim. I popped the bean and then I left the earth. And guy had a gun, he kept it in his purse.
I'm gone.
My youngin' shot that, put him in a verse. I'm a rider, mirror tints on a black hearse. White man don't understand that being black hurts. Mama crying on the steps in front of a church. Dripping and solidified. Yeah, I see my brother die. Little wanna slide, they ready for the homicide. Said, Lord, take the pain away. My gun sing a lullaby. Ran from parole, I had to hustle, I ain't never hide. Tripping in the beacon, I was tweaking, I ain't never cried. Real multiplied, nigga, we don't never die. 100 grand flat in the streets, I had you dead. 100 round drum, big choppy out the head. You used to get beside me, signs couldn't find me. See, we was in the trenches, and them just living grimy. Like, getting too much money up the hill, they tried to line me. Dominican, she freaky, give me toppy in the lobby. Yeah, you pushing, but you swiping cards. Yeah, I spin the block like I spin the yard. Yeah, you stay inside or you catch a charge. Yeah, my nigga pray to God because they life is hard. My niggas in the Bing wishing they was home. Been there, done that. You ain't not alone. Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation.
Shout out to Chocolate Kisses, man. Ain't nothing more sexier than a woman coming over here spending some money. Dex, I see you in the building. I told y'all I need all the love I can get. I love it when y'all come through with the super chats, and I love it too when y'all get down with the membership. Because we about to take this shit to another level, man. Shout out to all the people that held it down from day one. Shout out to all the people that stood tall. But I want to get into this work. Tonight I want to talk about something that's affected our neighborhoods and affected us. Affected me. Affected me. Thank you, Chocolate Kisses. Affected me. And it probably affected every one of us that's in this chat today. If it didn't affect you personally, you watched it. You seen somebody go through it. Or you put somebody through it. Male or female. See, a lot of people don't want to take accountability, y'all. But today we're going to talk about mental illness. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is from the collection from my man Fast Cash from Let's Go, the #1 web series on YouTube. If y'all ain't see the interview I did with the whole Let's Go class, shout out to the Fast Cash class, Jonathan, the top op, Reap, Mr. 300. Sheep say, I see you in the building, beloved. Salute. Make sure I get over there and subscribe to the brother, man. Great content. Content. That's content. That is content he doing over there. I'll be watching this. You got to pay attention to this dude here, man. And when I drop the panel, when I drop the mic later on, when I drop the link later on, y'all know I'm real discreet about who come up on this platform. We don't let the devil in this house over here. I want everybody in here to say devil be gone. We don't do that shit over here. But when I drop the link, I would love for some of y'all to come up, men and women, and let's debate about this, because we've been going through this for a long time. And obviously, if it haven't stopped yet, it seems like it's getting worse. We're going to have to get a grasp of this, at least for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, y'all. We got to stop this bullshit, especially when it comes to domestic violence. Especially when it comes to domestic violence. But we got to pay attention to certain things that's much more, I can't even say if it's worse or less worse than domestic violence, because we're talking about mental illness. Because mental illness in a totality consists of patterns that lead up to people going through domestic disputes. Mental illness, depression, stress, depression. Pay attention. Stressed out today. You don't feel good. I'm stressed out. Just tired. That's depression. Living and wanting to die at the same time. Anybody in here ever been there? To the women, if y'all been there, let me see the hearts. To the dudes, if y'all ever been there, let me see the dice cubes. Living full of life, God wake you up every day, but for some reason you just don't want to be here. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that has felt like this? Huh? I don't hear nobody. Or how about this one? How about this one? Loving somebody to the millionth degree, but they don't know how to accept it. Or they don't, matter of fact, let me give y'all a better one. They don't know how to appreciate it. You ever love somebody and they just couldn't get it right? Am I bugging? You know, I don't be doing no capping. I got a mean hat collection, but I don't do no capping. See, this is where the grown folks hang out. We don't lie over here. We ain't got no reason to be lying. If you're fat, you're fat. If you're tall, you're tall. If you're gay, you're gay. Whatever you are over here, you're loved and you're accepted. See, the love I got in my heart is that love God got for all of us, every one of us in here. See, God love is different. It's unconditional. See, God got a love that's much more unconditional than any human could ever fathom to imagine. That any human can fathom to imagine. Ain't no human gonna love you like God. Shit. God gonna love you more than your mother. A lot of y'all don't even understand it. Do y'all know that God love you more than your mother? Do you know God love you more than your mother and your father? Huh? God loved you so much, he chose you to be born. Whether you grew up in bad circumstances, he chose you to be born. You know how many people, you know how many tadpoles don't make it? You know how many sperm cells don't create life? Do you know how important every one of y'all are? I don't give a fuck what your man told you. I don't give a fuck what your boss told you. I don't give a fuck what your girl told you. I don't give a fuck what none of them people that was getting on your nerves. I'm here to tell you you're important and I love you. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can be gay. You can be transgender. You can be short. You can be fat. You can be a dwarf. You could be green. You could have one eye. You could have one leg. You could have two heads. You can be conjoined sisters and brothers. I love you. That's what I've been working on. The love and the peace in my heart. Getting my humility. Because I, too, was one of the men back in the days that thought just because I say something, it's supposed to be done. Ain't that something, y'all? Just because you say something to your woman don't mean she's supposed to do it. Ladies, just because you say something to your man or you demand something from your man, it's not supposed to be done. See, when you demand things, things ain't going to never happen. That's how situations are erupted. That's how situations are erupted. And rest in peace to Miss Amanda Williams. Do anybody in here know who Miss Amanda Williams is? Do anybody in here know who this beautiful woman is right here? May she rest in peace. Mr. Amanda Williams. Do anybody know who that is? See, I'm the king of this content. Ain't nobody touching me on this content. What they say, Chase? Ain't nobody touching me in this content, Chase. Nah, not in this content. This not what them grown folks talk about. Not what grown folks talk about. Not what grown folks talk about. I got this shit mastered. Let me show y'all something right quick. I want to look at y'all. I want to look at y'all about something. I want to talk about something because I want to know why this shit is happening. Hold on. I want to know why this continues to happen. This is crazy. We're going to get into this work right now. It's Friday night. All of us in the house. I hope we somewhere safe. I got some things I want to talk about. Amanda Williams, excuse me. Amanda Williams, excuse me. Rest in peace to Miss Amanda Williams. And rest in peace to Miss Nicole Simpson. Rest in peace to Nicole Simpson. Pay attention to this right quick. I'm going to pull up for y'all. This is sad and it's heartbreaking. Pay attention to this.
Friends and neighbors share their memories of a Warrensville Heights business owner.
It's empty right now. Lost for words.
The victim's fiancé in police custody tonight.
This case comes as Ohio's Domestic Violence Network releases troubling new findings.
We are continuing to find disturbing trends in the cases we review.
Tonight, the missed signs of trouble that led to dozens of lives being lost.
And that is where we begin here at 5:30 with the death of a woman in Warrensville Heights. She was a business owner and a prominent member of her community, Amanda Williams. She was murdered on Monday.
And tonight, as the community grieves that deep loss, detectives say they have a suspect in custody. News 5's Remy Murray spent today talking and learning about the victim and the investigation into her death.
She's going to be missed. She's definitely going to be missed. I truly love Amanda.
A single bouquet of flowers.
It's empty right now. Lost for words.
Outside a la mode style salon in University Heights.
I hate to hear it.
Fills an empty spot as the community mourns the loss of Amanda Williams.
That's Amanda right there.
I've been knowing Amanda for at least 30 years, and we've been friends, buddies from the day I met her.
Williams not only built a popular salon, but also a family-like network among neighboring businesses.
Just the little things that I'm gonna miss. So much love.
It's gonna be hard. It's definitely gonna be hard.
Rachel Owens says she feels an emptiness in her heart too.
It's definitely gonna be hard. Thank you, Rachel.
She runs a business upstairs from Williams Salon and says she will miss coming down to chat with her friend.
Knowing that we was a family and a team, no matter what, we was always a family.
Sadly, that tight unit has been torn apart after Warrensville Heights police responded to a domestic disturbance on Monday, just before midnight. When officers arrived, they found Williams with several gunshot wounds, where she later died at the hospital. Pastor R.A. Vernon of the Word Church says her death has left a big hole in many people's hearts.
There's some people, and I've been doing this a long time, that when they walk in the room, they light up the room. That was her. And she'll be sorely missed. And we're grieving the needless death because of domestic violence.
You know, she's such a positive person, such a caring person. You can't say enough about how special she was to the community, to her friends, to her sorority sisters, to me.
As this investigation continues, Warrensville Heights police confirmed they have Terrell Edwards in custody at their jail, whose sources tell News 5 is Williams' fiancé. In Warrensville Heights, Remy Murray, News 5.
This shit got to stop, y'all. This shit got to stop. This got to stop. Number one, tonight, I'm not going to point the blame on nobody. See, we're going to stop blaming the individuals and we're going to start finding solutions for the problem. I told y'all, that's how things happen. Don't blame your spouse or don't blame somebody for what happened, for what y'all going through. Blame the initial situation that brings up the argument or the discomfort or the disrespect. You know why I'm going to talk about this right now? Because I've grew up in a neighborhood, Brooklyn. Everybody know where I'm from. And as men, we have to start making better decisions and learning how to cope with the stress that we go through every day. As men, we have to learn the activities that we choose to partake in, the headaches that come with the activities that we choose to partake in, the insecurities that come with the activities that we partake in, and the worryation that comes from the activities that we partake in. We have all grew up with a friend, a family member, a cousin that we knew that they were having domestic issues with their women, and we never, ever stood up for it. See, when we was coming up, we was always told if you see one of your friends fighting a girl or you see a girl fighting her man, you break it up. And what was we told to tell them? Make sure y'all go take that shit in the house. Don't let everybody see what y'all going through. Am I the only one that heard that? If you heard that, let me hear the hearts for the women. Let me see the dice cubes for the men. If you grew up and you saw a situation, whether it was a family or friend member, and you saw people fighting, watching, take it in the house. You ever heard that before, y'all? I have. I watched my uncle and his daughter's mother physically try to kill each other. Pay attention to this, y'all. As a young boy, maybe 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, when my uncle and his baby mother were first in their courting stages, before my little cousin was born, I watched my uncle and his baby mother go to war. My uncle, a handsome man, he was getting money, he was in the street, he was cheating, he was running around, he thought he was the king of the hill. His baby mother, beautiful woman. My uncle, 5% Nation of Islam. His baby mother, she was his earth, 5% Nation of Islam. I watched them two love each other and fight each other, love each other and fight each other, love each other and fight each other, love each other and fight each other. And this is just on a weekend. This is just on a weekend. I remember being a little boy sneaking downstairs trying to see my uncle and his girlfriend fucking. You know, sneaking downstairs being grown. My grandmother and them, they down here in North Carolina, they chilling. My uncle, he feel as though he the man now. So he got the house. She's sticking. I used to come down. That was my superhero. I watched my uncle turn into one of the most respected and feared drug dealers on Utica Avenue. Of course, I emulated what I saw. See, people had things that they saw in the street. This was in my home. I used to be in the basement with my uncles and their friends. I used to help my uncle bag up cocaine, $400,000, $500,000 worth of fucking drugs. I really know what it is to count $1 million, $2 million without a money machine. Without a money machine. I'm talking about hands blistering. All these things that I was exposed to as a child is what formulated me into the person that I became. Clarice, I see you in the building. 100% right, Shaq. 100% right. Toxic environment. Pay attention. My grandmother and grandfather, they worked for Kings County Hospital. At that particular time, my father had a job. He was working for the Veterans Administration. My mother always had a job. At this time, she's working in Saks Fifth Avenue. But my uncle, gangster. My uncle also had an addiction from 16 years old of cocaine that turned into an addiction of heroin before he was 19 years old. I watched my uncle go from smoking marijuana to sniffing cocaine, to smoking cigarettes, to sniffing heroin. Never saw him shoot no drugs. That wasn't his thing. I watched his friends sell drugs, hurt people, shoot people, kill people. But the relationship, the man and woman aspect that I seen between my uncle and his baby mother was very confusing to an 8, 9, 10-year-old child. I've watched my uncle fight his baby mother to the fact where my aunts, brothers would come to my grandmother and grandfather's house to literally try to kill my uncle. I've watched my uncle beat his baby mother to the times when she would leave with her eyes closed. As a little boy, I would ask my uncle, yo, why y'all fighting? My uncle said, you ain't gonna understand it now. You young. But what he told me was, don't you never let no woman disrespect you, nephew. What he told me was, don't you never let no woman voice her opinion. In other words, what he was saying to me was, don't you never let no woman talk back to you, nephew. And I asked him why. He said, because once a woman feels as though that she runs you and she controls you, she'll never respect you. Was he right? Yes, he was right. Was he right by the way he decided to handle himself? No, he wasn't. In the Quran, they say that a woman's mouth, when she is upset or she is scorned, is the equivalent to a snake pit, an iniquity full of venomous snakes, poison and death. It is not no one's right to put their hands on somebody. It's not your right as a man to put your hands on another man because he may have said something to you that was disrespectful, or you may have taken it to be disrespectful, even though that's the way we was raised. Or the nigga say fuck you, or the nigga say suck my dick, or the nigga step on my shoe, or the nigga look at me too long. I'm supposed to stand up, put my chest up and say, yo, my nigga, you got a problem with me? These are the mannerisms that was taught to us coming in the hood. Because once you showed the first sign of weakness, you was taken advantage of. So then, whatever happens to compassion, whatever happens to being taught understanding. See, the definition of love from a gangster and the definition of love from, like they say, a hard-working man is two different things. The definition of love from a gangster female and the definition of love from a hard-working, law-abiding citizen female is two different things. I grew up in a neighborhood where females were just as aggressive as men. If y'all understand, let me know if I'm saying the truth. I grew up in an area where if a female was involved with a man and she walked up and had the slightest inclination that that man was disrespecting her or cheating on her or too close to a female, I know females that would automatically punch you in your face, jump on you, scratch you, start biting you. Any dudes in here, y'all ever been bit by a female? Any man up in here, have you ever been bit by a female? Let's talk about toxicity. Has any man in here ever had to push his woman off of him and she latches onto him with her teeth? I'm the only one that went through that too? Do you know domestic violence wasn't even a topic? Can anybody tell me right now, when did domestic violence or even fighting between a man and a woman even became to the fact where you would go to jail? Can anybody tell me what started that? What ignited that whole situation? When did men start going to jail? When did men and women start going to jail for domestic violence? When was domestic violence? And I'm going to ask you again, when was domestic violence? One more time. When was domestic violence effectively administered into the world? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? Don't go to sleep now. Y'all said y'all wanted that grown folk talk. You said you wanted the content. You said you wanted the things to make you think. You said we needed what? Create situations for problems. Let's talk. Leaky Mo said 1997 and 1998. And I appreciate y'all all for y'all membership. For the 30 people that I have as members, I appreciate every one of y'all. For the 30 members that I have, I appreciate you all. Yo, Ark, what up, beloved? I see you in the building. Brooklyn, we here. But what happened in 1997 and 1998, Leak? Talk to me. You there? We right here together. Great minds think alike, brother. This is where the grown-ups hang out. This is where the intellectuals come together. And we have a great time over here. But we on some real shit tonight. Rest in peace to Miss Amanda Williams. Because I want to know how and what can we do to start stopping this shit, man. It's signs that we have to all see. It takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a community to keep a village in order. So in this whole community that we have to be more assertive. We have to start stepping in and advocating our presence when we start seeing people that we care about and people that we don't care about going through physical, domestic situations. What happened in 1997 and 1998? Because you dead right. Because you dead right. Even though that was a great year, that was the year my son was born, you dead right. But can anybody tell me descriptively what happened in 1997? Matter of fact, it was from 1996 to 1998 that made the world go crazy. O.J. Simpson. Rest in peace to Nicole Simpson. That's what happened. You remember? The great Bronco chase? O.J. Simpson, Al Collins. Because rest in peace, Miss Nicole Simpson was brutally slaughtered and stabbed at the O.J. Simpson mansion. Y'all remember this? Ron Belming was his name. The lover that she allegedly had, he got killed too. God bless his soul. May he rest in peace. How many people in here have ever had a domestic violence charge or know somebody, a brother, a friend, that has had a domestic violence charge? Honestly. I have. Anybody else? I had a domestic violence charge when I was 23 years old. It was thrown out. But I'm going to tell you what happened with my situation. Alhamdulillah. I have no reason to lie. I was in CVS. I was in Kings Plaza in Brooklyn, New York, in CVS with my son's mother. True story. Nothing I'm proud of. Would I handle it like that today, like I did when I was 22, 23 years old? No, I wouldn't. But when I was 22 and 23 years old, y'all have to understand the mindset that I was in. You have to understand the lack of maturity that I possessed then. We're sitting up in CVS. My son's mother's upset the whole day because she know I'm driving her around wherever she got to go. And then later on that night, rest in peace, me and my friend Half a Mil, we had a party that we was going to because we was supposed to perform a song that we had did called Out to Make Meals. It was at Pratt Institute. My son's mother, she was on her mood. She was like, yo, I just bought my car. One of my cars, she just started bugging. She was like, I hate that car and this and that and that and this. And yo, you shouldn't go. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to perform with my friend, Half a Mil, and then my other friend, David Cooper. They call him Do Dirty. She was like, yo, I'm tired of you trying to be a rapper. They ain't even giving you no fucking money. I said, you're right. They're not giving me no money. But we are trying to promote our single and we're trying to get a record deal. This is what she's been arguing with me about the whole day, y'all. I'm in CVS, Kings Plaza, never forget it, standing on the line. She's been asking me all day for hours through CVS in the car. Yo, you gonna call him and tell him you're not going to the show? I might have said no about 575,000 times. When we on the line at CVS, she was like, I hate you. You probably going out there to fuck some of them bitches. And she cocked back and spit in my face. Swear to God. I was disgusted, angry, and in shock. Standing on the line in CVS. Hawk back, spit right in my face, y'all. One of the most disrespectful things that somebody can ever do. If she would have did that to me today, what I did back then, no. When she spit in my face back then, y'all, I slapped her one time and she flew through the potato chip chips. She flew through the potato chip sting with the chips on it. I walked out of CVS, went to the parking lot in disgust, straight to my car, and I left. Didn't even look back to see if she got up. Didn't look back to see if she got home. I could not care less because I was so enraged and I felt so disrespected that she spit in my face. 2 days later, the police came to my mother's house and said, "Are you Demond?" Yes. They said, "Your ass need to turn around and put your hands behind your back." FTC, salute. I said, "Put my hands behind my back for what?" They said, "You are going to jail for domestic violence." I said, "What the fuck is a domestic violence?" Super salute. They said, when you put your hands on a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a brother, a sister, a father, a mother, a grandmother, a grandfather, an uncle, or an aunt, this is the crazy part about the shit. They lock me up, take me to the 77 precinct. They send me through the system. The next day, they give me a ROR. They release me on my own recognizance. The reason why they released me on my own recognizance was when they called my baby mother to ask her what was going on and asked her was she coming to court, she said she was not coming to court. She was mad, told them that she spit it on me, and she is not coming to no court to have me arrested. What they did to me is when I went to court, they gave me something called a 6-month ACD. Anybody know what a 6-month ACD is? Does anybody know what a 6-month ACD is? It's not a program. A 6-month ACD is for 6 months, you cannot get in any trouble. You cannot come in any type of police contact. You damn sure can't get the same goddamn charge that they gave you the 6-month ACD on. But if you do not come in any police contact, if you do not get in any type of trouble, if you do not go through any type of problems with the person that they are giving you the 6-month ACD about, that means after 6 months, ACD means all charges dismissed. That was the first and the last time that I've ever did some dumb and goofy shit like that in my life. But I also took the initiative and made a decision that day. I told myself, if it got to the degree of disrespect where my son's mother is spitting a fluid out of her mouth into my face disrespectfully, we should no longer be around each other. We should no longer be in a relationship, and we should no longer be physically around each other. Because at that particular time, that took so long for me to get over that. People may say I'm childish. I'd have rather her went out and sucked a dick or two. Being straight up and literal, I know it may sound crazy. I'd have rather her went out and fucked a couple of niggas. But she spit in my face. At that particular time and that maturity, I didn't have no sense. It was the Captain Caveman attitude. Oh, she spit on me? Fuck that, I'm slapping her. If a man spit on me, I'm putting hands and feet on him. If a man spit on me, I'm putting hands and feet on him. But I never thought about killing her. I never thought about getting a gun. unfortunately, like what just happened to Miss Amanda Williams and so many other beautiful women, may they rest in peace. What happens or what sparks or what ignites a feeling that'll trigger someone off to the fact that they want to take someone's life that they vowed to be in love with? Better yet, what makes you want to kill someone or take the life of someone that you share children with? See, we're going to have to deal with the inevitable. Some people cannot deal with their feelings like all of us can. Some people do not have a self-control switch in their head. See, some people, like myself, when certain shit started agitating with me, I know to walk away and calm down. I know to get in my car and leave. Some people ignore the signs from the Most High. God tells you when something is about to get dangerous. When your spidey senses come up, like when you're at a party and you see a group of individuals, they start arguing, they get to tussling and ruffling and hollering and screaming. Your spidey senses tell you somebody about to get shot. But if you're naive to certain situations, unbeknownst to you, you've been just saying, yo, they're over there joking, or they're just goofing around, or they're horse playing. And little do you know, guns about to be drawn and somebody is about to get shot. Possibly somebody's about to get killed, including yourself, because of stray bullets. Leaky said, 2 people died in my town today. Murder, suicide, domestic violence. Crazy. Baby Grizz, where you been, beloved? We over here talking about something that we have been through, we have saw people go through, and people are still going through. But as human beings, rest in peace to Amanda Williams and all the other women that were killed due to domestic violence. What happens that a person shoots the mother of his children or shoots a woman? What happens? What triggers a person to the fact where all the love that they supposedly have and they vow to this person, what goes wrong where a person says they no longer want them to live? Nerd said obsession. Nerd said obsession, meaning, quote unquote, they're so in love with a person, is what they say, or they're so in fear of a person leaving them for someone else, they will do anything pertaining to kill or be killed to keep this person in their life. And if that's how a person is living, that cannot be happiness. If you are waking up every day wondering about your loved one, and if your loved one is with you, and if they're going to cheat on you, or if they are cheating on you, that is no way for someone to live. Everybody that be thinking it's just men that do that, they got a TV show that's been going on for years. Anybody know they got a TV show? Check this out. They got a TV show, y'all, that's been going on for years on the A&E channel. And it's about women that be killing and killing and killing and killing. Either they kill the man that they were cheating with, or they kill the man's woman or wife that they would not leave. That's a fact, nerd. Baby Grizz said, the devil is born every day, just like angels are born every day. Snap said, Nerd said, the name of the show is called Snapped. From this day on, I declare that everybody, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you hear these words come out their mouth, you need to take them seriously, because these are words that should not be played with. If you're dating somebody and they look at you and say, yo, you know I kill you, right? I think from this day forth, I declare that everyone hear my voice. If you hear that terminology, yo, you know I kill you, right? I would take that as of a lesson or a sign from the Most High. Heineken 718, salute, beloved. Nigga said, Lucifer up in the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of here. That's a fact. Brooklyn in the building. Lucifer up in the morning. But the more dangerous part about the situation is what's going on that people are ignoring signs, or why are so many people just brushing off certain abnormal signs that they should be taking seriously? What is going on that people are ignoring abnormal behavior in a relationship? I think we need to start looking in the mirror first. I think we need to stop ignoring our friends and our family members when we see them go through physical domestic violence, that we always going to say they're going to be all right. They've been doing that shit for years. I think we all need to start taking the initiative to look for a solution, at least verbally bring up a solution is supposed to be found where our family members and our loved ones will not continuously have to go through violence and physical abuse to each other, especially if they're saying they're in love. It has to be something that we can do. It has to be something that we can do. And that's what we need to start focusing on. From now on, we got our friends, we got our homeboys, we going out partying, or if we on the block, we see our homeboys going through shit with their women, their baby mothers, or we see our homegirls going through shit with their baby fathers. Come on, sisters. And come on, brothers. We need to start intervening and stop being so selfish, talking about that's none of my business. That is your business. That is your business to stop someone you love from hurting themselves or hurting someone else that they care about, because eventually that's going to hurt them. If you love them, won't you stop them? If you love somebody, won't you stop them from walking into a room that doesn't have any floor? If you love somebody that couldn't see, wouldn't you stop them from walking in front of a bus? If you love somebody, wouldn't you forewarn them if somebody was getting ready to scam them or take their hard-earned money from them? If those are reasons to speak up and advocate why people should be more cautious to their surroundings, why shouldn't we do the same thing when it comes to domestic violence? Because mental illness is why all this stuff is raising. It's not about the domestic violence. The domestic violence is the act of mental illness. It is literally a mental illness if you do not know how to conduct yourself without putting your hands on someone. This is literally a mental illness if you do not know how to think like a human being and like an adult, instead of like somebody that's caged away in some jail or some savage animal in the fucking woods or in some jungle that has never been taught how to interact normally with human beings. Communication is the key to everything. You notice when certain people are upset, the first thing people will walk up and verbally express out their mouth is calm down. Calm down. Hold up. Breathe for a minute. We got to start having these conversations before people get upset, before people get aggravated. You know, start calling up on your people that know they're going through, let's say, turmoil in their relationship with their loved ones. We're not going to deem it and categorize it as domestic violence because that's actually the only thing we can say. But let's say we know somebody or we care about somebody, family or foe, that's going through something pertaining to physical abuse or domestic violence, because some people, you can tell them all day that they're being physically abused, and they're going to tell you to mind your business. You can tell somebody that someone is cheating on you. You can tell somebody that someone is beating on you. You can tell somebody that somebody is stealing from you. It's going to be null and void until they hear it and recognize it in totality within their self. On another note, let me ask you something. For the people that's in the building, how y'all feel about flying? Y'all like airplanes? Because of what just went down, I'm starting to notice why so many people have a fear for flying. How about y'all? Y'all have a problem with flying? Anybody in here? Nerd said he liked to fly. He ain't got no problem. You got a problem with it? You cool with flying, Nerd? He said, yep. Everybody else, how y'all feel about flying? Because I don't have to fly, but if it's some outlandish trip, yeah, I would like to fly, but now I'm about ready to drive everywhere after what I'm about to show y'all. Heineken said he never have. Shit, going to Vegas, that's 7.5 hours in the air, y'all. Non-stop. But after what I'm about to show y'all, shit, I'm about ready to drive everywhere. After what I'm about to show y'all right now, I'm about ready to drive everywhere, man. I am about ready to drive everywhere. Everywhere. Shit, I might drive to goddamn New Zealand. The damn New Zealand. This shit is crazy. It's crazy. Can't even make this shit up. Like, now I'm like scared to death to travel in the air. Check this shit out, y'all. This is crazy. I can't make this shit up. I hope y'all heard about this shit. I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm telling you, this is gonna have you a little nervous. Check this shit out, y'all.
We turn now to the pilot who authorities say tried to crash a passenger plane over the U.S. Tonight, new details of the life and death struggle inside that cockpit and what that pilot now says he took before that flight. He's now charged with 83 counts of attempted murder. Here's
83 counts of attempted murder.
Tonight, Alaska Airlines pilot Joseph David Emerson looking emotional, appearing before a judge late today to face attempted murder charges for trying to crash a passenger jet.
Enter not guilty plea on all counts.
As we learned, he allegedly told investigators he had taken psychedelic mushrooms for the first time some 48 hours before the incident and thought he was having a nervous breakdown after going without sleep for 40 hours. Authorities say Emerson was off duty, hitching a ride in the cockpit's jump seat Sunday. The on-duty pilots telling police Emerson engaged in casual conversation. But then mid-flight, he threw his headset across the cockpit and announced, "I am not okay." Then reaching up and grabbing the red fire handles and pulling them down.
What?
A pilot physically engaged with Emerson for 25 to 30 seconds. Had Emerson pulled the handles all the way down, the plane would have turned into a glider within seconds. Emerson calming down and exiting the cockpit, allegedly telling a flight attendant, "You need to cuff me right now or it's going to be bad."
What?
Emerson, a father with an unblemished flying history, telling police he struggled with depression and a friend recently passed away. And it was his first time taking mushrooms. And David, Emerson is also facing a federal charge of interfering with a flight crew, along with those 83 counts of attempted murder. David.
Gio Bonita is back with us on this story again tonight. Thank you, Gio.
Hi.
Yo, Meek, what's good, girl? They said that nigga's facing 83 counts of attempted murder. That shit right there got me kind of shook about going in the airplane again. Look at this shit. They say that he was catching a ride. And the nigga just jumps up, said, fuck that, and tries to go grab 2 chutes that would have turned that big-ass airplane carrying 83 people into a glider. Like when you make a paper plane and throw it across the room, at any second, that paper plane will drop and crash into something. Do you know that shit? He's facing 83 counts of attempted murder. And he said he took some psychedelic mushrooms because he was depressed. And he was up for 40 hours straight. I want to show y'all something. Check this dude out. I want y'all to check this dude out. This is who they hiring to fly the planes for us. Do he look normal? Educational purposes only. Do this look like somebody you would trust your life with in an airplane? I would rather have Lamar driving us. I would rather have Lamar. Shout out to Gigi. I would rather have Lamar flying the airplane. Him right here with this dynamic afro. I would rather have Lamar flying the airplane instead of this nigga. He look crazy. Number one, I don't trust nobody to play them little guitars. He got a little guitar. He got a little guitar. He got a little guitar. Sunglasses, and an MC Hammer headset on. He got a little guitar, sunglasses, and an MC Hammer headset on. Now I'm scared to go on an airplane. I don't even want to go on an airplane no more. I don't even want to go on an airplane no more. I don't even want to fuck with no airplanes no more. And I just got the most comfortable I have ever been with the airplane going to Vegas. Nerd just scared me more. He said, anyone can become a pilot. All you need is $5,000 and 1,000 flying hours. I know I'm definitely driving everywhere now. I don't give a fuck if it's going to take 5 days. I'm driving now. That makes no sense to me. No sense to me. No sense to me at all. How y'all feel about this? Like, is it the end of airplanes now? Even though I used to always have my, yo, what if the plane just, the engine, and pay attention to probably what everybody in here is going to say that we have in common. The first thing we said is, or I said is, what if the engine goes out when we up in the air? That's the first thing black people usually think about. The second thing we think about, because we don't think about this first. We should think about this first, but we think about this second. The first thing we think about is, what if this goddamn engine go out? The second thing we think about is, what if this nigga die? But we should be saying, what if he die? Fuck if the engine go out. Heineken 718 said, fuck that, I'm driving to Puerto Rico. That's a hell of a road trip. You need to get you a YouTube page, brother. Now that's content right there. Driving from Brooklyn to Puerto Rico. That's content, man. Facts. But he says, this dude right here, he say he was depressed. Him say him was depressed and him had mushrooms and him friend died. What the hell do that got to do with the people that was on it? See, that's an ungrateful motherfucker with mental illness, because number one, he wasn't even appreciative to the fact that he had a free ride to wherever they was supposed to be going. And then he gonna tell them, y'all need to handcuff me or it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. Nigga, you just tried to kill. See, that's why I couldn't be no pilot. Couldn't be no pilot. Because if I gave you a ride, you know what I'm saying? Because I know how I am about giving somebody a ride that ain't got no gas money for a car or truck. But if I give you a ride and you ain't got no gas money for an airplane ride, and then you try to pull us out the air for us to die, what am I supposed to do when I stop you from killing us? What am I supposed to do the whole time that me and you are in the air until we land? What am I supposed to do? I'm going to let y'all go through this right quick. I'm going to tell you what I would do. Pay attention.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, there was a nigga that was tough, and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when it come to mine. I'm cautious, I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy, when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. Hold these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside, I'm like high from who? Bout to put your car on skates, you think you slide through. I help build my niggas, this ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means, I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas, I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from, what y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, there was a nigga that was tough, and he still told.
Shout out to Lamar one time from Revenge of the Nerds. Shout out to Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds. Shout out for him with his illustrious career, because he was the backup singer for Eddie Murphy. He is the backup singer right there with Eddie Murphy. Shout out to Lamar. Look at the backup singer. This was his illustrious career. And he went on the Eddie Murphy Sexual Chocolate. He went on the Sexual Chocolate Road Tour. Shout out to Lamar and his Michael Jackson autograph jacket. Shout out to Lamar and his Michael Jackson autograph jacket. This is the actual jacket that Michael Jackson wore in the movie, in the video Thriller. This is the actual jacket that he wore. And then this is the scene when he was in The Karate Kid with Pat Morita. All this time, we had a star on YouTube, and we didn't even know it. We got Lamar from The Revenge of the Nerds with the Michael Jackson jacket from Thriller, being the self-defense master with Pat Morita, being a backup singer for Mr. Sexual Chocolate. Everybody give me a round of applause. Everybody give me a round of applause. If you fuck with me, let me get a round of applause. Facts of life. But how y'all feel tonight? Talk to me about this situation. I dropped the link. Pull up. Bill, let's talk. Tell me how you feel about this domestic violence situation. What can we do for this domestic violence situation? What can we do? Am I making any sense as we come together as a unit? We know the signs of domestic violence. We know when people are fighting. We know when people are fighting, and we got to get out of that bullshit and out of that mind state. Well, they're going to get back together anyway. If we know they're going to get back together anyway, how about we take some of that extra time we got and sit down and talk to both parties, whether we're going to sit down and talk to both parties together, which I think would be the best solution for both people to hear each other and talk to each other instead of talking at each other. Or if at the beginning, because everything is a work in process, if at the beginning you can't get both people together to talk, you can talk to them individually and try to create solutions, for problems that they may be having. Because if someone is venting to you about what's going on, 9 out of 10 times, they're venting, but they're just putting a little additive on it. So if you have the power of deciphering when somebody is just putting a little additive on it, the difference between what's really, really the problem, what's really hurting someone, if you have the intelligence or if you have the know-how or the wit to decipher people running their mouth as opposed to what's really, really bothering a person, then you will have the best way of being what? The ignition to a problem solver. Not a problem creator, a problem solver. But we got to stop saying we got to mind our business. Because if your child is grown, male or female, if you have a child that is grown, what I mean, well over 30. Shit, you might have a child that's 30 years old, 35 years old. If you hear about your child fighting someone that they're in a relationship with, as a parent, we all feel as though it's our duty to step in and intervene and correct that situation. Sometimes we're going to have to protect our children. But think about this. If we can take that initiative to step and intervene between something with our children that may be physical or domestic between them and their loved ones, how come we can't take that same love and put that towards our family members and friends? See, when it comes to our children, or if it comes to our brother or our sister in front of us, or our mother and father, Ma, y'all shouldn't be fighting. Pop, you shouldn't be fighting. Yo, sis, calm down. Yo, bro, calm down. How about we put that energy into everyone, especially people that's in our immediate circle and the people that's part of our community and a part of our neighborhoods. We all know the signs of people that unfortunately that are going through physical difficulties in their relationship. We all got the homegirl that got the black eye every now and then. We all got the homegirl that got the black eye every 3 months. If you got a homegirl that got a black eye every 3 months, if you got a homegirl that got a black eye twice a year, to the fellas, let me see the dice cube. To the women, let me see your heart. If you've been a woman that had the black eye twice a year, sometimes 4 times, 5 times a year, let me see the hearts. We know the situations. It's so fucked up that we all grew up in neighborhoods as childhood friends. Let's talk about something. We all grew up in neighborhoods as childhood friends. We all have homegirls that we may have had crushes on. We all have homegirls that we may have had sex with. We all have homegirls that we looked at as our sisters, the best spades partners ever in the world. But if a man comes from outside that neighborhood and they put their hands on any of the above of a female that we care about on our neighborhood, we make it our business to get involved. Am I lying? To every man up in here, if you grew up on a block with a young lady that you look at like your sister, or you had a crush with, or you had a secret relationship with, or y'all just grew up experimenting and fucking, and another man comes through and abuses her physically or put her hands up, if you would not defend her, let me know right now. Say I wouldn't defend her. But if you would, fellas, let me see the dice cube. You see what my man Nerd said? I feel the same way. I'm getting involved even if I don't know them. So imagine if I do know them. That's like if I see somebody in Meek, we all up in a club or something, or we chilling outside, and somebody put their hands on Meek. What you think I'm going to do? What you think I'm going to do? You see what she just said? Facts. I grew up on a wish a nigga Wood Street. But it seems like when we become adults, the first thing we say is we got to mind our business. That don't have nothing to do with us. But why you don't mind your business when it comes to your children if they're adults? Because once they're adults and they're out of your household, don't we want our children to go out and tackle the world and go through life's greatest lesson, which is experience? Don't we want our children to be able to fend for themselves and take care of themselves when we're not here? First of all, if you're alive and your children are going through a physical domestic violence situation, yes, it is your actual right, or is it your right to go interfere? Especially if your children are adults and they're to the age where they can go call the police. Some people might get upset. Oh, fuck that. That's my kids. Ain't nobody going to put their hands on my kids. Okay, so respectfully to everybody in here, I want to answer this one question right here. Who going to go defend your kids when you dead? What if you got a daughter that's dating a young man that wait just till you to die to start beating on your daughter? What if you have a son that's dating a woman and the minute you die starts beating on your son? Who is going to defend them then? You're dead. You're physically no longer here. What do you think? You're going to swing back from heaven? And you're going to touch him from heaven? You got to mind your business. Then it's deemed by God that you have to mind your business then, because you are deceased. You are no longer here. You are no longer physically in a presence to interrupt, touch, or what? Disrupt your child, which you would so be adamantly to defend if you were here physically. So let's talk about right and wrong. Come on and pull up. The link is dropped if you want to. You know I love a great debate. It's like Biggie Smalls said, just like I love some what? Some scrambled eggs with cheese and a T-bone steak. Everybody in here, I want y'all to tell me that y'all deemed to now stop being so selfish. And if you see a friend, a family member, or like my man Nerd said, you see somebody that you don't even know going through some physical domestic violence, you're going to intervene. I want to hear that. I want everybody in here saying, I'm going to separate it. I'm going to break it up. I'm going to get involved. I'm going to make sure they don't fight. I'm going to intervene. Whichever way y'all want to put it, I'm not letting them fight. Whichever way, I want everybody in here to say it. Because me, like y'all said, as children, we move and act like children, but as adults, as a group of people that really are what? Concerned about humanity. There's certain things we're going to have to stop turning our head for. That turning the cheek shit, Malcolm X told us back in the days about what turning the cheek gets. So how come we're going to start turning our eyes view blind to exactly what's going on? How come? Think about it, fellas. Would you be able to ignore your sister if she called you and told you her and her man was fighting, her and her husband was fighting? Would y'all be able to ignore that? Yo, Chase, if you had a sister and she told you her husband was fighting her or her man was fighting her, would you be able to ignore it because she's an adult? FTC Vice, nerd. Would y'all be able to ignore that? Or would you have to intervene because of your dire loyalty to your lineage and your bloodline, and that being your sister, whether she's older or younger than you? It's your nature of being a man to be a protector. Would you be able to mind your business? See what Chase said? I'm on it every time. He got 7 sisters. So you know Chase grew up fighting. That's why he crazy. FTC, what would you do? He said his hands would be in a cast. That's what Nerd said. Anybody else want to tell me what they're going to do? I'm down with all that and probably something a little more severe. Hands and feet, hands in the cast, stomped out, beat with a bat, ran over with a motherfucking car, stabbed, let my sick dogs on a nigga, all type of wild medieval shit. But what is God going to say to every one of us? What is God going to say to Chase for hurting a man that put his hands on any one of his sisters? Yo, Nerd, what is God going to say to you about putting a man's hands in a cast? And what is God going to say to me about all the medieval shit that I know I would do to him? FTC Vice said he ain't going for none of that shit neither. So FTC Vice, let me ask you the question. What would God do to every one of us for taking things into our own matter when God, the Most High, oh, y'all ain't going to want to hear this one, but I got to talk to you about it because I got to talk to you about it. Smash that like button. But the Most High, who created every one of us, the Most High, that if I go to raise my hand like this and hit the computer, can snap his fingers and I die. When I go to hit a person, I can turn into a pillar of salt. When I go to raise my voice, he can make me disappear. And who has also let our sisters be physically struck. Who we doing it for? Us and our gratification, or our validation, or our ego and pride, or who we living for? God's will and way. There is nothing that is done. I can tell y'all some things that I go through. I can tell y'all some things that I'm going through right now to this second that you would never believe it. Who are we to take into our own hands to administrate punishment to someone, male or female, in reciprocation of respect? It goes right back into domestic violence. Oh, she's running her mouth, slap her around. Oh, she advocated her voice or her feelings, slap her around. Oh, she slept with another man, slap her around. Those ain't no reasons for you to put your hands on nobody. She didn't listen to what you said is because maybe something about you or something about you might have to go a little harder to show her how serious you are. Maybe she said something slick out of her mouth or disrespectful to you because she's afraid and she's in a position that she feels as though you're against her. So for her to spew things out of her mouth to upset you or disrespect you or try to belittle you is her defense mechanism to seem like she's on top. And last but not least, which would be the one that would probably make a lot of men go crazy. Rest in peace to Miss Amanda Williams. So she go and sleep with a man. Oh, she goes and gives away what we say is supposed to be ours. Ain't that some shit, y'all? So if she goes and sleeps with a man, that's the reason to put your hands on her? It's either one or two things you're supposed to do if your woman or somebody you care about sleep with a man. One or two things. Either you're going to what? Leave her alone, or you're going to stay and work the shit out. Either or. There's no in between. There's no gray between black and white. But violence and trying to physically secure someone's fear of you is never the answer. It's never the answer. It's never the answer. Even though, who are we more fearful of? What people in the street would say for things that we wouldn't involve ourselves with or things that we wouldn't do? Like, what are we more afraid of? The fact that one of our homeboys would tell us, oh, you pussy. You letting that nigga beat on your sister's son and you ain't kill that nigga? You letting that nigga beat on that nigga and you ain't break his motherfucking hands? Or you letting that nigga beat on your sister and you just minded your business? But let's think about this too in a totality. How about when we leave our homes to go do something to a person that did something to our sister, and we leave the woman or the children or both or the family that we have created? We leave them behind to go administrate ourselves and advocate ourselves in someone else's business because we feel as though our honor or our pride within ourselves would not let us sleep right. I'm here to tell you, you niggas is crazy. If you got a little sister that's in the house and somebody's beating on her and running up in your crib and beating on her in school or trying to that's something totally different. But you have a grown woman that may be married to someone or may have shared children with someone, and they feel as though that they aren't ready to get away from that situation yet, but because you feel as though you are supposed to be the protector. Check this out. Now, you're supposed to be the protector. Pay attention to this. You have to protect your sister. But what about protecting your family? What about protecting your freedom? What about protecting your sanity? What about protecting your existence as an adult? What about your responsibilities? What about your duties as a man? If I ain't making no sense, somebody tell me now. Because I paid my electric bill, but I don't want to hold nobody up with anything that doesn't make any sense. Please let me know if I'm not making any sense. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Ain't that some shit, y'all? Ain't that some shit, y'all? The Alpha Omega, God of all creations from beginning to end, is not going to make a mistake on nothing that is written in the book of life. But the devil, let me tell you something about the devil. The devil creates scenarios in your head that entice temptation. Whew. Like I told y'all, my God and some people God are totally different, because the devil is a lot of people God, just like my God, Inshallah. There's a lot of people gods also, but the devil will do what? Entice temptation. See, the devil has always been accused of being the devil and being evil, but the devil hasn't done anything but gave you a choice. Pay attention. In some people's eyes, the devil gives you a tempting choice to make a decision that will make you what? Sell your soul and forever be in debt to the devil. But who says that's actually correct? So you mean to tell me if you go into a car lot, you saved up $20,000. You got the perfect car in your mind. The car is at that car lot. You go in there, you tell them I got $20,000 and I want XYZ car. And they tell you the car is still for sale, but we want you to buy this car. You go, I got $20,000. I just looked at it online. The car I want is right outside. It's looking good. You only want $18,000 for the car. I got $20,000 right now. I want that car. I want to pay for it. They say, I know that car is right there for $18,000. They tell you, I know that's the car that you came here to buy. When you called me on the phone, you said, is the car there? It's there. I got you looking at the car, but I am telling you, now that you are here, I want you to buy this car. Is the devil wrong for that? Now, this when it gets crazy. The devil is telling you, don't buy that car for $18,000. The devil says, I have a car that's going to do the same thing that car can do. It can take you from A to Z. It might not have the sunroof. It might not have Bluetooth. It might not have heated seats. It might not have rims, but it will get you from A to B. And you're only going to have to pay $8,000, so you're going to have $12,000 cash. And you decide, maybe I shouldn't spend that $18,000. I did bring $20,000, because I wanted the Mercedes Benz. But damn it, somehow this motherfucking salesman has convinced me to buy the Volkswagen Jetta. It's not as big as the Mercedes Benz. It's not as luxurious as the Mercedes Benz. It's not as eye-catching with the little razzle-dazzle like a Mercedes Benz. But in the reality of it, the same thing I'm initially buying the Mercedes Benz for, transportation to get me from A to B, the Volkswagen Jetta, they got that one locked in. What you said, FTZ? The Volkswagen Jetta is doing the same thing that the big boy Benz is doing. So I decide. The dealership never said, yo, you can't buy the car for $18,000. The dealership said, I don't want you to buy that car. I want you to pay attention to this car over here. You are supposed to be adamant enough to stand up to the dealer and say, suck cock, pussy. I came to get this car and I don't want to talk about nothing else. If you can't give me the paperwork to get this car right here, give me somebody else. Risk Freedom, I see you. When you have something and a conviction in your heart, what I mean, and I'm not going to talk and disguise this because God told me don't disguise this, when you love God. When you really, really love God, you don't disguise it. You don't, it's no compromising. That's the decision of all decisions. Anything pertaining to God, respectfully, is supposed to be the right way and the only way. It's no, I'm going to fuck with the devil today because God is not going to get upset with me because I'm not going to give the devil too much of my time. I'm only going to give the devil a day. So if I give the devil a day out of the month, which is 4 weeks in a month, and sometimes we have 5 weeks in a month, if I give the devil just one day out of a week, I gave the devil 4 days a month. Do you know how disrespectful that is to God? If y'all understand how disrespectful that is to God, let me see. I love God. Let me see if you're that tough. Let me see you right and mean that shit. I love God. See, because I get teased. I used to get teased. Oh, he smokes weed. What they got to do with me loving God? Oh, he cursed. The fuck they got to do with me loving God? Oh, he go crazy sometimes. What the fuck do that got to do with me loving God? Oh, I didn't hear nobody. Because some people think you have to have on a tinky uniform. Some people think you have to walk around with the big Bible. Some people think you have to walk around with the tailored suits. Some people think you have to walk around with the big, luxurious flocks. I can rock with God by myself with not near one of y'all. See, I can say that with some I don't give a fuck about none of y'all when it come to God. Y'all can leave right now. Y'all can take all y'all subscriptions and break the fuck out. And I mean that from my heart, because if you're against God, I don't want you around me anyway. Didn't you hear me say this before? When I chose people over God, they left. Men and women. When I chose that nigga that I thought we was going to take it to the top with that 100 grams. Or I thought we was going to take it to the top because we was the only ones that had that motherfucking town. We the only ones that knew who had that town. We the only ones in the town with the work. You got the boy, I got the coat. We going to get the money. But then you start noticing that you're not a hustler. You hear me, Chase? You ever heard this? We ever went through this, Chase? FTC? You start noticing the nigga that you love is not a hustler like you. And he start noticing he ain't no hustler like you. And that's when the jealousy comes in. Anybody been there? Has anybody been there? Put God on top of everything. Put God on top of your bills. Put God on top of what you're going through with your girl. Put God on top of what you're going through with your man. Put God on top of what you're going through with your family, children, mother, father, uncle. Put God on what you're going on at the job. Put God over all that. God is who got you that job. God is who put you in that family, and God is who created them problems. God just want to know if you're going to keep putting God first. I promise y'all this. If I didn't show y'all something on YouTube about how strong and how good God is, y'all never learn nothing from me. I have been put in the Daniel's den. I've been put in the den of lions. I've been chained to the walls of Palestine on YouTube. And ironically, when the people walked up with the guns to shoot me, God has what? Unlocked my shackle, man. When they aimed their guns and went to shoot at me, for some reason, them guns wouldn't go off, and I walked away, y'all. I was so happy and so reassured in my faith with God when them shackles came off. I didn't even look to be vengeful on the people that stood in front of me to kill me. Man. That's some shit right there. I don't even want no smoke, man. God, leave them alone. What? What they talking about, FTC? What they talking about, Chase? How many times I said that shit to you, Chase? I'm not even let God get them. Because what I'm going to do to them is only what God put in my mind to do to them. Whether it's calm, whether it's medieval, whether it's horrific, whether it's Halloween weekend, baby. But it's never going to be as detriment as what God going to do. God do some real beautiful things with me. I don't know about God doesn't punish me too. See, I used to tell myself, and y'all need to stop telling yourself this and watch your luck change immediately. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Pay attention to what I'm saying. We be thinking that we are going through certain things because the devil is working. That's not the devil working. That's God testing you. Don't you know everything is glory be to God? The devil is supposed to get no praise or validation or recognition for anything that occurs in any one of our lives. If God wrote it from beginning to end, it's God's will, inshallah. I'm going to say it one more time. If God wrote it from beginning to end, whether it was good or bad, whether it was long or short, whether it was fat or skinny, whether it was tall or short, it's God's will, inshallah. I sit back and watch some of the shows that were made about me over the year. They used to infuriate me. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all, man. Inshallah. Used to make me just think of things that I wanted to do to people, but because of the way I was raised, my parents would turn over in their grave. So now I pray. Every time I watch a show that was initially orchestrated or put together for a demise or to try to eliminate my presence, eliminate God's presence, now I understand how powerful I am. FTC, remember when it was only 100 of us, when it was 55 of us, when it was 200 of us? You notice it was always somebody that would come and say, yo, this channel is going to blow. You remember they said that, FTC? Even the haters said, watch that nigga. Them channels going to blow. I didn't even see it. Because I'm not looking for the numbers, y'all. See, when you're not looking for the numbers, you don't even understand the numbers. It was times I was going live, people like FTC, Ron Buggs, it was people that was screaming out, yo, you at this and this. You got 800, you got 600, you got 700, you got 500, you got 30. Yo, it was people that was paying attention to the numbers because I'm just paying attention to what God is instructing me to do. I have a different purpose on YouTube, y'all. I know it's hard to believe. Some are coming around to be like, yo, something different about this kid, man. I'm not on YouTube for what people are on YouTube for. Number one, I hate the way people come up here and manipulate the minds of people that are just bored. I'm going to say it again. I hate the way people come up here and manipulate the minds of people that are bored. I hate the way podcast creators come up and manipulate women just to pay their bills. I hate the way that people come up here and manipulate men just to pay their bills. There are people that really go through certain things that I have tried to really open my heart to. But that's one of the most dangerous things y'all could ever do. Behind these avatars, there are so many personalities. There are people that are crackheads. There are people that have addictions to heroin, cocaine, alcohol, marijuana, Percocets, children, boys, men, sexual deviants. There are so many personalities on YouTube that we do not know what we're dealing with. We are starting to interact and build relationships and rapports with people and friendships based on pure lies. I have made alliances with people behind the scenes off of YouTube. That mean the world to me. I have people and people I know that are my friends that I've met through YouTube that will go to bat for me, whether I'm right or wrong. And I'm so grateful for that. But I also have the intelligence and the third eye that's in tune that can see danger. See, danger can be in many ways. It could be danger to yourself. It could be danger to them, but I know I can see danger. And me, I'm not the one that's going to run into no house that's on fire burning down unless I'm going in to save somebody I care about. I'm not just going to walk down the house and see a house burning and say, hey, I'm going to run in the house. You don't do things like that. So why would I run to platforms where I see danger? Where I see so much danger. So they can say what they want. I don't go to the danger. Just like they don't come the fuck over here. Because if you come over here and come up on this stage, a motherfucker know he coming to some real dangerous shit. If you come over here playing with me over here in this chat or on this stage, you will be finished. I don't give a fuck who you are. You will be finished. This is my fortress. This is my place of latitude and my place of peace. And that ain't no theatrical shit. You come and pull up on my backyard and my stream yard. If I don't fuck with you, you're not coming up on my platform. If you come in the chat, they gonna blow your head off. My man said he walking through Utica Park right now. Shout out to 188 Utica Avenue. I got to pull up the background since he walking past the block. I got to pull up the background since he walking past the block, y'all. I got to pull up the background since he walking past the block, y'all. That's where he walking past right now, y'all. Utica and Park Place. Niggas come over here, you're going to get dealt with like you be on Utica and Park Place if you came and played with us on Utica and Park Place. Like back in the days when we was out there, it was nothing but love. Best chocolate, best haze, best crack, best heroin, allegedly. And the best vibe because we all loved each other. You see what FTC said? You come over here playing, you're going to get killed. You walk up here on this motherfucking stage, I will annihilate you. I don't want to, but you know I'll do it. Samuel L. Jackson voice. Do the right thing. You know I'll do it. You come up on this stage, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you don't come respectfully, you will leave here beheaded. But if you come over here, you will get some love. You will get a non-biased point of view. And you will get a few logical ways to think about things from every perspective instead of the way they programmed us. That's why I did this segment tonight on mental illness. FTC said he ain't going for it if somebody put his hands on his sister. Chase said anybody put his hands on one of their sisters, he's going to hurt him. Nerd said he going to put a nigga in the cast. I told y'all I'm going to do some medieval shit. Pay attention. Them are all signs of mental illness. Every one of us. You know why? Because this is how we were programmed to defend our area and defend and stand up for our name and our honor. For our name and for our honor. Be safe, baby. Stay dangerous. DMW shots. Brooklyn all day. So before you make the wrong move, I'm going to let y'all get out of here. Put this in your mind. When we think about domestic violence, when we think about fighting a person, when we think about going to get our woman to fight a woman that may have said something disrespectful to us, because, you know, that's another thing that we got in our mind. Oh, you want to run your mouth, bitch? I'm going to get my motherfucking girl. She going to come back here and bust your ass. These are all ways that we have been programmed to deal with things, but that's not the right way, y'all. Still not the right way. If you can walk away to get somebody to come back and then do violence, you should be prosecuted. You should be sent to jail and something should happen to you. Because if you have the patience to walk away, you should have the patience and the sense to stay in the house. Salute.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?